EBSCO tutorial. A tutorial to show you how to search for appropriate studies you can review for writing assignment 3. Note: for writing assignment 3, you must use EBSCO to retrieve the studies you are to review. Tutorial: how to find a study using EBSCO. I will be covering the following points in this tutorial. First, I'm going to provide you with a brief introduction to EBSCO, that is, Communication and Mass Media Complete. Then I'll show you how to access EBSCO. Then I'll show you how to find a study using EBSCO. Notably, I'm going to show you how to figure out if the study is appropriate for writing assignment 3. First, let me briefly introduce you to EBSCO. EBSCO, or EBSCO host, is Communication and Mass Media Complete. Its full name is EBSCO Communication and Mass Media Complete. It is a search engine database that allows you to easily search for communication-related research. It is also a database that you have access to by being a student at UH Manoa and having access to the Hamilton Library. The research that you have access to via this EBSCO Communication and Mass Media Complete database includes or takes the form of journal articles, conference papers, and other types of documents. Continuing on, I will now, in this presentation, I will now show you how to access EBSCO. Then after I do that, I'm also going to show you how to find a study using EBSCO. So first, let me show you how to access EBSCO. Basically, what you gotta do is, you log on to, and you gain access to your UH Manoa website, right? So manoa.hawaii.edu. Many of you already know how to access the libraries page, so you basically click on libraries and it takes you here. If you want to take the shortcut, just go to manoa.hawaii.edu libraries. Now after you do that and you're in the libraries page, what you gotta do is you click on this Hamilton Library. Then it takes you to this page. And then what you do is you click on this online databases and indexes, okay? So go ahead and click on that. And it's going to take you to this browse databases and indexes and subject area page. Now what you want to do is click on C. And after you do that, you're on the page where all the databases that start with CR. And you scroll down, and then you click on this Communication and Mass Media Complete. Okay, that's the database. That's the EBSCO database that we're going to be wanting to use to retrieve our studies. So you click on that. Now it's going to take you to this Communication and Mass Media Complete page right here. This is EBSCO. You click on that. Now since many of you, or maybe all of you, are going to be accessing EBSCO via your home or outside of campus, you're going to have to log on or log in via using your unique UH Manoa ID. So go ahead and type that in. Now after you do that, you're now an EBSCO host or Communication Mass Media Complete, okay? So now you're able to search for your studies. Let me go back to my agenda here. So I showed you how to access EBSCO. Let me now show you how to find a study using EBSCO, okay? Basically, I'm going to show you how to figure out if a study is appropriate for writing assignment, not 2, 3 is what I meant to say. There you go. So writing assignment 3, not 2. Remember, you are allowed only to review the following types of studies for writing assignment 3. Okay. Experiments, surveys, and content analyses. You can clarify that in the instructions I gave you for writing assignment 3. So let's go ahead and go back to EBSCO. We have access to it here. Let's say that you wanted to search for studies that related to the issue of conflict avoidance. Okay, maybe that's one of your variables, right? So you could go ahead and click on conflict avoidance. You don't have to search the select field option. Just go ahead and click a search here. Then it will give you conflict avoidance studies. Okay. Now the challenge here, obviously, you're going to be given a whole bunch of studies here that you can access, right? The challenge for you is to try to figure out the most appropriate studies for you to review. Remember, you're only required, or you're required only to review experiments, surveys, or content analysis. So let's take a look at this study. This is actually a study I wrote up on conflict avoidance. Now, again, you gotta sift through these studies. Here, when you click on the study, and it'll show you this abstract. The abstract is basically, it's a summary of what the study was about. And in this abstract here is where you're going to try to figure out whether or not it's a survey, experiment, or content analysis, right? So you just read through here. Present study examines local emerges, blah blah blah. A representative sample. Okay, so that more than likely this is a survey, right? Because it's a representative sample. So this is a type of study that might be appropriate because it's a survey. And so to access that study, normally you're going to see PDF full text. Go ahead and click on that. And then after that, you are now able to look at your the PDF version of that article here, right? And if you're still trying to figure out whether or not the study is appropriate, that is, whether or not it's either an experiment, survey, or content analysis, you could just go through the method section right here and figure that out. So representative sample, 319 registered voters. That suggests it's a survey, right? And right here it says it's a mail survey was conducted, so you can in fact review this study because it's a survey. And so that's pretty much it there. Now there are other types of research here, or manuscripts, if you will, that you have access to, and some of them are not surveys, experiments, or content analyses. So you gotta figure which one or which ones are appropriate for you to review, and which one is an experiment, survey, or content analysis. Maybe let me try to find a paper that's neither of those. Let me see. It looks like all the studies here in this first page are all studies, meaning they are appropriate. They're either surveys, experiments, or content analysis. Maybe this, oh, maybe not that one. Maybe if we search for something else here. So let's say you're going to do Marxism as a theory, right? Now, some of this might be this might be an example of a manuscript that is not a survey, not an experiment, or not a content analysis. So, a critical background of Philcom, phenomenology, and Marxism. You see here, if you read through this abstract, Philcom was conceived as a free space, blah blah blah. It doesn't appear that it's not, this is not a survey, an experiment, or a content analysis, right? You can tell because there's no procedure section here, and it doesn't tell you that it was either a survey, experiment, or content analysis. So this is a type of paper that you cannot review for writing assignment 3 because it's not. It's just an essay. So this is an essay. So it says here, this is an essay as a reminder. So it's not a content analysis. It's not an experiment. It's not a survey. So you cannot review a paper like this. Okay. That's pretty much it in terms of how to search for appropriate studies and the required studies that you are, or types of studies that you are required to review for writing assignment 3. Again, I keep saying this, but again, the type of studies that you have to review, that you're required to view, either could be experiments, surveys, or content analyses. In the end of the day, if you are having any problems or questions for clarification, by all means send me a note or post something up in our Lalima questions about writing assignment 3 forum. Mahalo. Thank you.